All right, today we're going to dig into something really fascinating, a case study that's basically a playbook for how private tech can team up with huge government initiatives. We're going to look at Project Ultra, this incredible drone program, and see how a company, let's call them GoldenVector AI, could be the absolute perfect partner. So, here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll set the stage, see how this new drone frontier got started. Then, we'll look at the exact moment the door swung wide open for new innovators. After that, we'll dive into the playbook for the perfect partner, lay out the step-by-step plan to seal the deal, and finally, we'll talk about why this whole model is so important for the future. All right, let's get into it. Our story starts in North Dakota. And you might be thinking, North Dakota? But it has become this massive, critical hub for drone technology. It's exactly where this opportunity begins to unfold. And at the very heart of this is Project Ultra. That name, unmanned logistics, traffic, research, and autonomy, it tells you everything you need to know. This is way more than just flying drones, or what the military calls UAS. It's a hugely ambitious plan to master the whole shebang, from logistics to fending off enemy drone threats. Now, here's what's so important to understand right from the get-go. This was never just some top-down government project. Nope. Project Ultra was literally built on partnership from day one. You've got public players like the Air Force and NASA working hand-in-hand with private companies. This collaborative DNA is the secret sauce because it created the perfect environment for what happened next. So, you've got this really successful project. It's humming along nicely. And then, bam, a moment arrives that just completely changes the game. It swings the doors wide open for a whole new wave of innovators to come flooding in. And that invitation, it came right from the top. When Senator John Hoeven said this, it was way more than just a nice political statement. It was a clear, official signal from the government saying, hey, we've built the foundation. Now we need you, the private sector innovators, to help us build the future. And they didn't just say it, they put their money where their mouth was. The project's funding ceiling just skyrocketed from $18 million to a mind-blowing $100 million. Now, that's not just a budget increase, right? That is a gigantic welcome mat, a neon sign flashing "Innovators Wanted," showing they were ready to invest serious cash in the best new ideas. So let's think about what this really created. Two huge things happened at once. On one hand, you have a proven blueprint. They started running weekly cargo drone flights on a military base, proving it could actually be done. And on the other hand, you have that huge welcome mat, the $100 million in funding. That was the fuel for everyone else to join the party. One created the proof, the other provided the cash. So the door's open, the money's there. What does the perfect partner look like walking through that door? To see how a company's solution can perfectly meet the government's need, let's use our hypothetical tech firm, GoldenVector Ai. And this is where it gets really cool. Just look at how perfectly everything aligns. For every single one of Ultra's big needs, a company like GoldenVector has a specific AI-powered solution. For instance, Ultra needs its drone fleet ready 24/7. Well, GoldenVector offers predictive maintenance. That's AI that can tell you a part is about to fail before it actually breaks. Ultra needs to scale up. GoldenVector has cognitive digital twins. Think of it like a hyper-realistic video game to test and perfect missions without risking a single real drone. This isn't just a good fit, it's a perfect match, a lock and key. Okay, so the technology is a perfect fit. That's awesome. But how does a company actually turn all that potential into a real signed partnership? Well, there's a 5-step action plan for that, a playbook to make it happen. This 5-step guide is the heart of the playbook. It's just so logical. You start with dialogue, using the news and the funding announcement to show you've done your homework. Then you propose a clear solution, linking your tech directly to their problems. Step 3 is the real game changer. You demonstrate your value with a small, low-risk pilot project. You show, you don't just tell. Once you've earned that trust, you formalize the partnership. And finally, you establish a presence there, showing you're in it for the long haul. It's a clear roadmap from being on the outside to becoming a core partner. And this brings us to the biggest takeaway. Because honestly, this story isn't just about drones in North Dakota. It's about a massive shift in how we can solve our biggest, most complicated problems. This model we've been looking at, it's a blueprint for the future. It's a way to take the government's incredible scale and mission-critical needs and fuse them with the private sector's speed and agility. And what's the goal? To get game-changing technology developed and in the field faster and more efficiently. To get things done on time and on budget. This is how you hit the accelerator on innovation when it truly matters.
Which leaves us with one last, pretty big question to chew on. In a world where threats and technology can change in the blink of an eye, is this kind of rapid public-private teamwork just a nice idea anymore? Or has it become an absolute, undeniable necessity? It's something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.